Okay, here's the original file, which is Ron McKenzie. I kept saying Rob or Ron, but it's Ron McKenzie of Pierce Transit. And basically, here's the 124 date, 348. At this time, I had a false bench warrant, like I had said before, from the federal court. And basically, I ended up quashing that bench warrant on the 1st, which was 2 days ago. And that's why they called the police for real this time, to really try to get me, hoping that it didn't activate in the database or something in enough time, which they probably could have. Still played it off anywhere, tried to say there was a false struggle. Each person, including the police officers, which one was Asian, and the other one was Anglo-Saxon, a heavy-set guy, and basically, he just basically was just going to try to say that I didn't show him my worker card. They was going to try to twist it and make it seem like I tried to get on the bus doing the reverse. And I told him I had dang near $100 on it, or close to, somewhere between $80 to $100, or no less than $70 on there. And basically, they just changed their stories in the middle of what I had told them. They tried to say I failed to produce one. They corroborated the story with the bus driver and totally phased me out. The responding supervisor did not, in his right mind, come to discuss and ask me what happened and treat me like a citizen or my child. They did not care whatsoever. Okay, and if he would have just gave me not even so much as a card of who and what he was, what's his name, and so forth. And so I'm like, nah, man, how would you do that and not even give me a chance to say anything, and then show your true intent was to try to trap me into the jailhouse and compare me to some prisoners, pretty much. And so, being that that's what they were trying to do, I'm saying, no, okay, what can I do as a man to maintain my composure, knowing my child is upset, my child is scared, okay, and knowing that he's just like, why can't we just get on the bus and go home? Knowing we probably wouldn't have made the last 206 bus to make it home. And so, being that that's what had happened, this is what the complaint says. I'm keeping it on there long enough so if anybody needed to read it. It basically said the situation escalated. I do have it on film. And at the end of the day, being that it's on film, that both times the drivers tried to act like that what was happening during the incident wasn't happening or occurring. The driver was also trying, the first driver was a woman. She tried to find support. She didn't get the support, but the male one got support, and it was already premeditated from inside and out. And so, like I said, I noticed a funny situation in the H&R Block situation all the way through, and basically trying to clown me for my little taxes because of the vandalisms to my vehicle and the money lost. Like I was saying, lost wages every time I'm off work, even down to my roofer gutters and solutions and what do you call it, residential roofing, to where even doing gutters I make over 20 an hour. And so, and that's your starting wages because of my previous experience. And so at the end of the day, it's just really a headache dealing with this type of behavior. It's a headache, people trying to break me into poverty and to put me in debt or force me to take something, a free gift, and live a life full of crap. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a poor man. I'm a man destined to make tons of money if I'm able to work my hours unmolested. I've set my career, my son's career, my daughter's career, any child I have's career for pretty much for life. And as long as I'm able to live unmolested and not have to use tactics to make it seem like I'm babbling out of my mind, just to not be upset to where I did yell the F-bomb to the guy. Because I'm like, I've had enough. And so being that I did do that, that's just to the point of, look, man, you guys ain't going to quit, are you? All these people want to try to jump on me at the same, man, I swear I had to fight 40 of these people before downtown. Okay, I ain't got time for this crap. And it wasn't all at one time, which was luckily. And at the same time, it's like, why is that? Because I don't bother people. I have these premeditated situations. Police innovated a lot of it, almost all of it, and it just doesn't sit right. So I'll be filing a complaint with the Lakewood Police Department or the Sheriff's Department against these people who did not want to write their names down, which, again, I will show their names. and one was a corporal, Corporal Evans. And so I'm sitting there like, nah, you know, why can I literally be treated with respect? Why can I literally find a sound-minded person to literally calm their so-called gift down when I don't mind working? I work smarter, not harder. I don't have to work like a slave. I'm an experienced journeyman. I'm just earning my 5,000 hours to become certified now. And so at the end of the day, it's not a matter of whether who's sane or insane. It's why aren't I or my family receiving any respect, any true calmness and trust in this community to be able to move and navigate freely without being molested or having to encounter all of the pitfalls, traps, and opinions of people who have no guidance whatsoever. So I end this with I would love for these people to be chastised and to be relieved of their duties as transit drivers and supervisors, because they are dangerous to myself, they are dangerous to the community, and at the end of the day, it can be literally looked at as a discriminatory measure, you know, and probably by gender and a twinge of ethnicity too. And so, being that it can be looked at that way, and knowing that I didn't feel that way because I seen the intelligence of it, but my child did, and I've never taught my child anything about much of racial discrimination, or shared the information as much as what he felt. And so he had his interview at that. And so at the end of the day, what I would love to have happen, you know, is more than just an apology. You know, because again, this will happen again and again until it gets to the point of my car is sitting at the shop. I have to wait for my tax money to get it, but to try to put us on food strike, okay, where we can't go to get food without having to cough up dough for Uber. This complaint here, exclusion and all that, it needs to be lifted because this is premeditated in less than a week. You know what I'm saying? That between 6 and 9 days that these people tried this again. So let's go 9 days. Thank you very much. And I also warned Mr. McKenzie that it would get worse. And he did not really take my consideration that serious at the time.